Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick update video. I'll try to keep this short. There's a lot for me to tell you. I did hit a stall. I wasn't seeing any weight loss, and then for like a couple of weeks I was just eating normal food like I didn't care. But I guess I just had it with that, and I wanted to go and find out why it was so hard for me to lose weight. So what I found out was that I actually have something called PCOS, and that stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And you're usually born with it. I guess if you really mess with your body long enough, you can develop it or something very similar to it. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically when a woman's hormones are just all out of whack and they're all imbalanced, and it can cause things like little cysts to grow on the ovaries. It causes things like, when you're brushing your hair or you're in the shower, you'll notice a lot of hair shedding. That's another symptom, and I definitely have that. A lot of mood swings, some depression problems. If you don't like talking about periods, you can go ahead and mute the video or click away now, but I will be discussing that. So another symptom is either you miss your periods a lot, like you'll go months without one, or some women will have too many periods, and either way, they're usually very unpleasant, very painful when you do get them. And some women have difficulty getting pregnant. Now, I don't know if I would have difficulty getting pregnant. Most of the women in my mom's family have had lots of babies, and I asked around, and there's actually 4 other women that we know of so far in mom's family who also have PCOS. My niece, some of my cousins, so I guess they just recently found out. It wasn't something we really knew before, but it's good to know now because other young ladies in our family might need that information. But it's strange how a lot of the women in mom's family are overweight, and I'm starting to think that maybe quite a few of them might have this issue. But basically, I didn't want to do a lot of synthetic hormones or anything, and I didn't want to put a bunch of chemicals in my body and do things that are unnatural. A lot of doctors will put you on the pill, but that doesn't really solve the problem. It just kind of masks some of the symptoms. It doesn't correct the imbalances, and it doesn't really, it might alleviate a couple of symptoms like acne. A lot of women with PCOS get acne. So it might alleviate a couple of things like that. It might regulate your periods a little bit for some women, not all. But it's, again, it's just masking the symptoms. It's tricking your body into thinking you're pregnant. It's not really balancing your hormones or addressing the problem from within, where it starts on the inside. So when you go to treat it and correct it, you got to start on the inside. So things like the pill and stuff that, and some of the hormonal things, they don't really do that. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get prescription hormone treatments. Maybe your case is so severe that you actually require that. So you really need to just speak to your doctor. I chose to go the natural route to correct it. I started going online and looking up all the diets that are very, very good for correcting the imbalances of PCOS, and I started looking up all the supplements and the vitamins that help correct the imbalances of hormones. So I made a stop by the vitamin shop, and I picked up all those vitamins, and I take them every day now. And when I looked up what diet is best for PCOS, lucky me, it was a low-carb diet, which is something I prefer, I'm comfortable with, and I know it very well. And that may have been the reason why low-carb worked so good for me in the past. I lost like over 100 pounds back in my early 20s doing low-carb. But the thing is, it's not, just doing low-carb isn't working all by itself now, because according to the doctor, PCOS can get stronger with time if it's left untreated. So, yeah, the same things that worked a long time ago aren't going to work now. Okay, I got to be a little more aggressive about it. I've been looking up all over the internet that beef and dairy really aren't that great for PCOS. And I've been eating beef and dairy, lots of it, on low carb diets. So I'm thinking maybe I better tone that down. I can't remember specifically what website I was looking at when I read that, but I've seen it on at least 4 or 5 different websites and a couple of YouTube videos. So I'd have to tell you that you got to do your own legwork and just research it yourself, because it would just take forever for me to go back and I've read literally dozens of websites about this and so many countless videos. I can't remember what's what, but I'm just saying that that stuck out with me and it clicked with me, and I thought, what if I did low carb, but I just kind of left the dairy and the beef out, and I'll try that. And I started doing that while I was taking the vitamins. And another thing I did was I talked to people in the low carb forum about, stalls and weight loss. And they said, you got to stop snacking on nuts, because that was my thing. I would eat macadamia nuts, peanuts, almonds. It was like a daily thing to snack on those, and using almond milk and everything. And they were like, well, you really should stop snacking on those, because pretty much like 50 different people commented on that thread saying that nuts stall their weight loss. So I did cut out the beef and dairy. So 90% of the meat that I eat is chicken, turkey, and fish. And I just try to get really creative with it. And pretty much every vegetable in the world except corn and potatoes. So I started doing all of that, the low carb with no beef and dairy, and the vitamins and everything about 2.5 weeks ago. Today is June 21st, so about 2.5 weeks ago I started making those changes, and I almost cried with joy because all of a sudden 20 pounds just fell off of me. So now during that time where I had stalled out and went back to normal eating, I did creep back up to my original starting weight. So I was sort of starting out with that. Then I went back on the diet and I went down like 5 pounds and I was stuck, and that's when I started going to the doctor and checking into things. And so the 5 pounds I lost and then got stuck recently, plus the 20 pounds that melted off, brings me to a total of 25 pounds lost at the moment. So I think it's really amazing that I just started making those changes and 20 pounds just fell off of me like it was nothing. And remember that goal I talked about wanting to hit around the first week of May? Well, I didn't hit that goal, but I'll tell you this right now, I'm only 10 pounds away from hitting that goal. Although I'm like a month and a half late hitting that goal, because of the stalls and the odyssey with the doctors and research and everything, I think I could probably hit that goal pretty soon if I just stick with this. So that's the good news. Now, anything that I say or suggest is not meant to replace the advice and treatment of your doctor. So I'm not going to say don't listen to your doctor, listen to me. I'm just putting out information out there that has been working for me, and you could choose to further research it and discuss it with your doctor. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm just going to get this thing uploaded, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.